How's it going, everybody? Today we have the deck that won my Patreon poll this month. We have Jund, Herald of Anguish. So this is going to look kind of like an odd deck, but it's going to have a lot of pieces that you might be familiar with. So the base is red-black, leveraging blood tokens and treasure tokens, with a little bit of a green splash. So let's break it down. First we have Blood Fountain. So Blood Fountain making two permanents, the Blood Token itself and the Blood Fountain, very good for leveraging artifact count and needing to sacrifice things, good for improvise, as well as being able to rebuy some of your bigger threats later in the game. For Fatal Push, sort of just a pioneer staple at this point for any black deck. One Shambling Ghast, a card that's seen a lot of play in Standard in the black-white controlling decks. It's able to remove some smaller creatures, especially in the aggro matchups where you can block a creature, kill a creature, but really you can sacrifice it, get another treasure, which is very powerful. For Thoughtseize, again, another pioneer staple for these black-red decks. Going to be one of our ins and outs, most likely, when we run into other aggressive decks. For Voldaren Epicure, another new staple to pioneer. Again, things that make two bodies very good in this deck. Something that you're able to sacrifice to the deadly disputes, as well as blood tokens to fuel our improvise and our harvesters. Deadly Dispute and Blood Tithe Harvester both should be cards you're very familiar with from Black Red Blood at this point, one of the top decks in Pioneer. Sacrificing your excess artifacts or your sacrificable creatures to draw two, get another treasure out of it, very good. And Harvester, the blood tokens, as well as being able to kill creatures, especially ones that are indestructible or simply large, very powerful. Two of Kalain Recursive Painter. Again, creatures that make a artifact so that we can power up our Herald of Anguish is very good. Plus, when we spend our treasures to cast creatures, they're bigger, so they outsize our opponents quicker. One Go Blank main, sort of a staple at this point of these, again, red-black decks being able to attack Phoenix, Ascendancy, and other decks. Main deck, very powerful. One Graveyard Trespasser. Very strong threat, helps recursively get some life gain back, as well as control the graveyard for these combo decks as well. Two Old Rustine. This is a bit of an odd one. It's a 1/4 for 1 green-black. When it enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your upkeep, you mill a card. If a land is milled, you create a treasure token, so that's great for us. If a creature is milled, you get a 1/1 insect token. Good sacrifice fodder, but not too exciting. If a non-creature is milled, or a non-creature non-land is milled, you create a blood token. So two of the three modes give us artifacts for improvise, but always give us some form of value. One Unexpected Windfall, again, another thing that people should recognize from Standard. Being able to get two trophies and draw two is very powerful. We have two Rurik Thars, one of my favorite cards from a long time ago, but being able to put a 6/6 down that's very pressuring against other life totals, has greater than 5 toughness, so it's good against Lightning Axe, and especially good against these non-creature spell combo decks. Then we have 4 of the namesake of the deck, Herald of Anguish, a big old flying beat stick that is improvised, so you can get it out quickly, especially with the number of excess artifacts we have. At the beginning of our end step, each opponent discards a card, which is good at limiting their ability to answer this card, and then we can also keep the board clear by sacrificing some of our excess artifacts. Looking at the mana base real quick, nothing too exciting. 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants and a couple of dual lands, as well as pathways to be able to enable us to play this green splash. In the sideboard, we have a Sorin the Mirthless for dealing with controlling decks that are going to go a little later. Kalitas for the aggro matchups, more Trespassers for most matchups where we want to interact with the graveyard, or where 2 for 1ing your opponent through the ward is good, especially aggro matchups. 2 Go Blanks for the combo decks, like we talked about, that need graveyard. 2 Duress to interact with the control decks or the spell heavy decks. 1 Radiant Flames to help try and clean up some of the little aggro creatures, because a lot of our creatures are pretty expendable. We don't mind sweeping them up. 2 Flame Blessed Bolts, again, being able to pivot into being more of a controlling role where we sort of keep the board clear and then hit haymakers against aggro. 1 slaughter games for Arclight Phoenix, Jeskai Ascendancy, Lotus Field, any of the decks that need one specific card to kind of go off. 2 Abrupt Decays to deal with some of the permanents like Jeskai Ascendancy or just anything that needs to be dealt with quickly, especially in the aggro matchups. Just upping our removal count. Very good when we have synergy-based things that will take a little time to get off the ground. And finally, a 3rd Rurik Thar to really hammer home that we do not want to be losing to these combo decks. So, that is Jund, Herald of Anguish. Let's hop right into the matches. All right, here we are for round number 1. You're going to notice that we're on day 1 of Neon Dynasty, so there might be some reprints or some commons and uncommons, most likely, that are floating around. But for the most part, the rares aren't quite out yet, so we shouldn't be too likely to face down anything outside of the norm of what was expected. That'll be coming later in the week. And it's pretty good. We have 2, 3 artifacts. Get on black source, go with Blood Fountain. Let me get the red source down. So that'll make this 1, 2, 3. 7, 4 mana. Another good one. So this currently costs 4. It does take into account if we want to. Oh, we're playing against Gates, so we're playing against Maze's End. Shouldn't be too bad of a matchup, especially if we can get these down. Oh, 1, 2, 3. We're 1 short. I think what we're gonna do is just play this to this out. They have rams and things we actually want to deal with. Plaza Harmony, sure. We need to be careful about the Gate Wrath, but we're gonna be hopefully looping Blood Fountain with our Heralds if we need. Because yeah, they can definitely play Gates Ablaze and sort of wrath out our board. Sure. Little did they know we don't actually care about this card at all. So we can play Epicure, it's free since it generates another blood token. Black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, turn 4 Herald isn't bad. They're gonna have to discard. If they do answer it, we have another one waiting. Once they're discarding 2 cards a turn, it's going to be very difficult for them to do anything. This isn't a gate, so their Gate Ablaze is only for 3 right now. 5 mana. Escape to the Wilds. So they're gonna get to Escape to the Wilds again, but we're gonna clear out their hand completely. Clear out their hand completely, and then this. 1. Again, we'd rather hold this for a ram. Gets rid of both cards. If the second Escape to the Wilds doesn't do much, there's the Gate Ablaze we were thinking about. If the second escape doesn't do much for them, then we're just gonna kill them in 2 turns. Probably just end step kill this Grazer. Yep, here's the escape. Colossus is vaguely a problem, but not even really. We just race it so well. These Gates Ablazes will kill these though, which is an actual problem. Love to get in for 10 and then buy them back. Yeah, Gates Ablaze, unfortunately, Herald only being a 5/5 does cause some problems here. Like I said, we'll be able to buy it back, which is nice. We'll get in for 11, but then we're going to have to buy these back and then go from there. The Colossus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, costs 2. Well, they can't play this, is only from hand, right? Yep. Only play it from hand, so it doesn't actually let them play Colossus. Unfortunately, we can't. I mean, Fatal pushing here doesn't really matter. I think we just want to get in for 10. They'll go block block, Gates Ablaze. Play Colossus. We'll buy back these 2 Heralds. Guess we did miss 1 point, so we die by a point. There's the Gates Ablaze. Oh, they drew another Colossus. This is going to be hard to win. That trample? Does not. Maybe we just get. Yeah, I think we just get a Callan that we're able to make Herald a little bigger. Red. So we could actually make it an 8/8, but I don't think we want to do that with the first one. Way. One this way. We'll start with a 5/5 here. Alright. Take our 8. We can throw a bunch of things at these. It's pretty good. Tapped. At least 1 here. I guess we don't actually, because the airborne. But now if we use all of these, we make an 8. Make an 8, trade. Then once we only have to deal with 1 of them, we can use the 2 blood tokens to make it a 4/4 and eat it. Oh, can't be blocked by creatures 2 or less. Oops. Alright. Yeah, drawing the second one of these was a problem for sure. But that's okay. Fatal pushes out. Go blink. Trespasser. Thorin. And Thoughtseize is probably not quite. Definitely want Rurikthar. If we take out the Gates Ablaze, I actually think we have a hard time losing. Bring in more threats. And then finding the second Colossus there. Tough. And his hand's good. On this. Alright, well that's a good one, but we do just want to apply pressure as fast as possible. So we'll get Harvester down. Got some blood tokens. I'll lead on a go blank here. Yeah, just restrict their ability to do anything. Alright, we got rid of a ram. I guess makes sense given the harvester can already sacrifice to deal with it. Yeah, Plaza is fine. The Gates Ablaze. Summit. Alright. Windfall's not bad. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. We'll miss a land drop. We can play Cletus or just Windfall. Gates Ablaze. Ram. Yeah, we'll just play Cletus. Get in there for one. They can't block. We trade 2 for 1, but we can't get through this anyway, so I think we just have to. Realizing this will duel. -4, -4. Alright, I mean, if we can get a big Rurik Thar out, they have 3 gates. 4. I would double block here. We still get the 2/2. Really do just want to try and limit what they have going on. Creeper Vine, sure. Orzhov, fine. Alright, well they're going wide quickly. Field Summit's definitely a problem. Rurik Thar. So we will Deadly Dispute here because we can find another blood token. Don't. Yeah, if we had found another blood token, we could have just killed this. I guess now it's a 7, we need 2 more. And we are kind of running into it. Not having a way to answer this is tough. This will get us to close to it. 2, 4, 7. We can block with everything here. I think it's our best option. 2, 5, 8, 9. End up getting a zombie out of the deal. And the Ghast lives. Yep, we get a zombie, we gain some life, our Ghast lives. Escape to the Wilds. Gates Ablaze for 6 is somewhat of a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're getting close, but not quite able to. They need Plaza, sure. 19. Green, blue, spiral, sure. Yeah, Guild Summit's definitely tough for us to be able to overcome. Between Guild Summit and Escape to the Wilds, we're sort of on borrowed time. I think we have to just wait on Rurik Thar for a turn. Hope the Gates Ablaze isn't too pertinent. Swamp. Would like to draw that. In there. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 unique. Maze's End. Colossus is again a problem, but we'll be able to shrink it down to size slightly. Yeah, when this Gates deck gets going, these like mid-range style decks are tough to get through. Or it's tough to get through with them. Like we needed the draw with Herald of Anguish this game. But Gates Ablaze is a real beating when you're just trying to outsize the format and they can actually deal like 7 damage. But at least it's been a pretty good showcase for the Gates deck, which was the second place finisher in our poll. It's always nice to see newer decks existing. 10-10 Ram's gonna be tough too. Yeah, their threats are just so sizable. Yeah, right on time. Just sizable in the mid game. Can't even afford to do all that with our life total. I don't think there's really anything to do. Can't shoot down either of their threats. Alright, well, it was a good game from the Maze's End deck. Definitely not the matchup I think we want to see, but let's see if we can bounce back in round number 2. Alright, here we are back for round number 2 with starting to look like Jund Rurikthar, but it's Jund Herald of Anguish. Keep this hand, it's a little unexciting, but turn 1 Thoughtseize with some of our best cards just in general. Our whole deck operates well with Deadly Dispute. We're up against Winota. So we're going to take the Winota. Much as I'd like to take other things, this hand just can never beat the Winota, and we have Fatal Pushes to try and interact with the cards. Right, there's another good draw. I guess they're going to play Paradise Druid. Right, well, good draw, but not the end of the world. Get him right back. Now I have the option to kill the Brutal Cathar just to make more blood tokens. Paradise Druid. Shocking. Okay. So if we kill the Brutal Cathar, we get enough blood tokens to kill the Huntmaster. Now we just have enough, so we get to do this. Keep cycling our permanents. There we go. If we could do this at instant speed, we could protect against Winota. Yep. Here comes the Huntmaster. So we do actually want to keep this land, because it lets us play Rurikthar this turn. And we'll just be buying back removal spells. If they want to triple block Rurikthar, that's kind of fine. Rurikthar is not great in this matchup. In A4 and play a Harvester. Just loop Harvesters. Right, they're empty-handed. get in there. Taking it makes their Winota draw better. Back up. Many blood tokens. You can kill anything, we just need to not get Winota here. Voice is fine. There. Now are they blocked? Yep. This. Colors that matter. Yeah, we just hold this. Now we have Winota covered. Well, we actually don't have any card itch to break this blood token. Yeah, unfortunate. We had it covered if we had one more turn. If they miss on the first spin, unmaster on the second spin. I guess we just waited on the blood token, but we didn't know we were drawing push. Yeah. The harvester. Okay. So it goes. These definitely bring in our removal. Bleedus. Trespasser. Decade's okay. Not a Rurikthar matchup. So probably not a Blood Fountain matchup as much. That's unfortunate. We found the answer, just had to either wait and hope to hit it on the draw, or just commit to it. We'll shock. See what they have. Most of their hands are going to start with an elf. Yep. We really need to draw a green source to sort of unlock our hand. Any land starts to unlock it, but a green source really unlocks it. Alright, I mean, we could have just sacked the Harvester, but I don't think that's where we want to be. Oh, now we definitely would have liked to have. I think it's beauty there. Alright, I guess we'll just die. And not been the showing we were hoping for. So it goes. 5 mana spell are they holding up? Or is it just like a 2 and a 3? Yeah. If they play Hunt Master, I might just concede. I don't really have any answer to it. Sure. Well, this has not been the start to the league we want, but let's see if we can bounce back here. It's Angeef. Love to see it. Alright. Run the play. This hand's pretty good. We have some interaction. We can get a treasure to get out our friend Rusty. We have both our threats. I will say, I do think one of the things about this deck, and I've seen a red-black version that gives up things like Rusty and Rurkthar and your Abrupt Decays, does feel like this deck has a little bit too much going on. And like, again, maybe it's a little early to say, but it does feel like it's just enough all over the place that I'm not in love with where it's been so far. But again, I don't think we can judge it purely off of Gates in that Winota matchup, but how it plays against a deck like Winota consistently is important. Let's see. All right. Looks like fires. Maybe Transmogrify might just be. We're just gonna pass. Might be Transmogrify, might be Lotus combo. Locust God combo, sorry. Hello, Zelda. Alright, we want to save our treasure. I don't think our life total is going to matter too much here. Alright, getting another treasure is pretty huge. If we get another treasure or a land, we can just play Rurkthar. They can play Chain down, so we probably want to run out Herald first. Hey, maybe there's Chain here, but it seems unlikely. They do. A land? We do. They 8/8 Rurkthar. Get the opponent dead very quickly. Swinging for half their life total here. Like an Omen, which just takes 6. I guess we also have to be careful about taking 6 off of this. There's Omen. Yep. We'll take our beating. Alright. We're back. Play Expressive, putting themselves down to 8. Yeah, Rurkthar quite nice in a matchup like this. Alright, they found a land. Yeah, can't cast that. We just want to get them to 6 so they can't cast any more spells. Get our Herald in. Dang, costs. Scry 2, sure. I guess Supreme Verdict? Yeah. Supreme Verdict was their only out there. Hey, we got a game. Alright, so against this, we want our Duresses, our Go Blanks, Sorin, Rurkthar. First Passer's not bad, just to apply pressure. We need to respect that they're almost assuredly transmogrifying, so we can't just cut all of our removal. Maybe we just don't want to be going that slow. We definitely want things like Blood Fountain. I guess most of their... Maybe we cut these for this. Just try and control their hand enough to not have to deal with it. I think that's our best strategy here. Just try and resolve one of our fatties quickly. This hand's great. We're gonna pick their hand apart, and then hopefully just resolve a Rukthar. Let's lead on Duress. Yeah, creativity. I don't care so much about this, but I guess if we are resolving Harvester next turn, but then we're just disputing into it, right? I guess if we take the Fire's Prophecy, we still can take the creativity with Duress and then hopefully go blank the other one. Red. What did you draw? Narset? Sure. Just means we can't... Oh, they missed on Narset? That's a beating for them. Kill Narset. Back our blood token. I don't think we need the Thoughtseize quite yet. But we won't. I think next turn we'd rather do both of these so we can pick their hand apart. So we'll lead with Go Blank. Hopefully they pitch one of the creativities, and then we can just Thoughtseize the other one. Cycle, sure. Yeah, they pitched one. Now we just Thoughtseize them. This is kind of a tough one. I'm gonna take the Windfall. Next turn we just slam Urukthar, so if they're... Hopefully they just can't find a way to transform. We draw a counterspell. Omen of Sun. 4 mana. Secure the way. Oh my god. Actual max punishment, huh? So we could have offered a trade, but yeah, that's... And then they drew the land for X equals 2? Oh my god. That was just literally as max punish as humanly possible. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Man, sometimes... Like, they had to draw exactly Secure the Wastes there. Okay. I think... Had to be something that made 3 creatures, because we got to kill one of them. Had to be... Yeah, that was something. Had to be a lot of things. It happened to be all of those things. We got as punished as humanly possible for our choice on the Thoughtseize. Alright. Sand just doesn't do anything. The sand does a lot. Bit of a Thoughtseize. I know it's a little bit counterintuitive, but I think we just have to play on this. No white mana. A white source, but if we take the consider and they hit a white source, we're just so behind. I'll take the consider on the first one. We have the Thoughtseize to cover the second one. Yeah. Alright. Thoughtseize. Alright, we'll take the Thought Prophecy. We just wanna... Alright, play this. Keeps the same number of artifact count, but gets an extra point. Alright. Find a white source, we're just as punished as possible here. Oh, that's a Teamer land. Interesting. 2, 3, 5. Well, we're a little bit tight. We're too short. Blood Fountain's our best draw. There's the white source. Alright. Making sure. Don't know anything about their hand, theoretically. Except we have to assume they're going to keep the creativity, right? 3, so they probably kept Secure the Waste and creativity looking for land. Yep. Alright. Blood Fountain's a great draw, but we just gotta find a Thoughtseize. Oh, we'll die. Man, losing that second game is about as brutal as it gets. Oh, the worst part about this is because they did this instead of the secure. If we had a Flame Blast Bolt, we could just kill them. Or stop them from killing us. Yep. Oh, they put Hullbreaker in their deck? Two, four, five, six. 1, 2. Oh, we could have heralded. We don't have a treasure token though. We'll have to do this. Just need to not die. Which, them having 2 spells seems more likely than not, to be honest. Yeah. I think we're done. And feels bad. I think if I had made almost any decision better there in game 2, we easily win. Very frustrating. I don't think that's a particularly representative game. I feel like that was more my play error. But let's see if we can get in one more game where the deck sort of does what it's trying to do. Alright. See if we can avenge our poor play in the last round, get a win with this deck. It doesn't really do anything. It's a little better. We have good mana. Having good mana and a way to interact early, not bad. Okay, looks like we're probably against Niv. This is not a great deck to play against Niv, I would assume. They sort of, we're both mid-range, but they go over the top of us. Their mana is not looking too hot. So against Niv, we want to just apply pressure. And get Rusty in next turn. See how we get on from there. Alright, well, maybe just do this then. I'll just kill this. What are you doing over there? Okay, well, that's not Niv. We can kill this Narset and sort of just keep establishing our board pretty well. Why would they shop there? Oh, because they had a fatal push, sure. I feel like you'd play the Narset. Oh, it fires? Sure. Yeah. Got land fires. Yeah. End anger, sure. One short. Little insecty. Yep. Impressive, sure. Not great for us. Really not great for us. Alright, treasure was good. Alright, set to 1, they lose a card. Alright. See what they kept. Pitch to land. Alright, granted, probably for a wrath. Yep. Opponent, you gotta stop. Really do. Alright. drew Shark Typhoon. Alright. Get in for 6. I'm just gonna this. I am a touch of an idiot. God, I am playing so bad tonight. Just absolutely playing terribly. Alright. 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 You got it, opponent. You got it. Fresco Blank. Trespasser, Rurkthar, Slaughter Games. Fatal Push. Let's see. It's a little questionable into a 4 Narset deck. Windfall. Lots of use. A lot of situations where they're going to be empty-handed, or we're going to have already cleared out their hand as much as we can. Want to be more threat dense, I think. Alright, hand's pretty good. Since we already have green mana. And we'll just accelerate as best we can into the Herald. Very good draw. Do this now in case we had a Thoughtseize. We don't. Fine. Double Herald's pretty good. Just casting Fey Wishes, huh? Put Trespasser down. 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn we play land, play Slaughter Games, and then we hopefully get to Herald. Yep, Express is fine. Slaughter Games on Fires is probably what we're gonna look at. Yeah, they're the Planeswalker deck. So we got 2 out of their hand. Drawn is a very good Fires card. One that sees a little bit less play than it probably should. Anger. I'm gonna just eat their graveyard. Anger, drawn, Confluence, Nahiri. They could shock, play Nahiri. Alright. Discard a card. Fine. Card a card. We get to herald them. Oh no. Christ. Just hinting left or in center tonight, it's really phenomenal. Just actually spent our treasure token instead of not spending it. On our side, sure. I'll spend. Alright. Alright. Can't even play the second one. No. have to get rid of the land or the Elspeth. Drawn, sure. Alright. Need them not to find a land here. Oath? Jesus. And they found the land. Alright. I'd safely say we gave it our best here. Don't think I played particularly well, but the deck did not come together at all. I can see if you like high roll into your matchups or if you get your good starts and like, yeah, we probably should have won match 3, but even still, we'd be 1-3 pretty decisively. Yeah, excited to start with some new Kamigawa decks after this, but this one, the Patreon poll, so be sure to go check out my Patreon. You too can get me to play any deck you want, as well as if you are a tier 3 Patreon, you can end up on screen along with my friend Suze here. Really helps allow me to keep putting out content, and hopefully you got some fun out of this video. But I'll be back soon with some Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.